Alright, everyone, it is I, Shredder Jasper Valentine, and today I have one thing to say for you. Step right up, step right up. It is the Amazing Digital Circus in VRChat, of course. Now, as you all know, the Amazing Digital Circus is a brand new animated TV series made by the Australian studio Glitch Productions. And holy shit, the hype surrounding it is insanity. I have been seeing it everywhere. Worlds, Abby's. In fact, I was gonna have a Pomni Quiche Abby. I was gonna have that uploaded and ready for today's stream. Unfortunately, lots of shit happened behind the scenes. Yeah, these last couple of weeks have been, kinda meh as far as behind the scenes stuff goes. And, yeah, that pretty much fell through. And also, with the new, marketplace stuff, going on right now, and how that could potentially turn to Ripper Store 2.0 if, CIG does not properly moderate it, which I severely doubt they will. I'm being a little careful right now, but we're gonna get into that later on. For now, we're gonna be focusing on the Amazing Digital Circus here. And like all sorts of our content, there are groups, there are entire accounts sometimes based around it now. Like it's absolutely insane. Just the level of hype surrounding this series. But one thing that that did kind of strike me until recently was that there are no real good replicas of it so far, which is understandable given that, you know, it is a newer series, and Glitch Productions series have never got the good end of the stick as far as VRChat replicas go. Like usually Vipsy Pop shit always gets really good replicas and all that, but Glitch not so much. Until now. This is the first good Glitch Productions based world I have seen in VRChat. And by that, I mean it is the first one that, you know, is actually like, built in a competent manner. Well, not exactly in a competent manner, but at least built with some semblance of quality in mind, and that makes it really stand out from the crowd as far as Glitch production-based worlds go. So yeah, I thought, you know what? Hey, Amazing Digital Circus hype is insane, so, you know, it's an eventuality that I do something on it. So, that's what we're gonna do today. So let's get into this. So let's actually, do this here. Now, my PC's already freaking out. Oh yeah, and I figured out that a lot of tech issues are related to hard drive stuff. Apparently, my hard drive might be dying. So I'm gonna need a new PC pretty soon. But yeah, as you can see here, just for the aesthetic alone, they really nailed down, you know, the Amazing Digital Circus's overall, you know, design. It's kind of this 90s style aesthetic mixed with some modern stuff, mixed with some weird vaporwave everywhere. You know, very reminiscent of a certain mall map by Godfall. I imagine you know what I'm talking about there. Paul Plaza! Um, you know, it does have that that overall Palm Plaza vibe though, to be all serious. Especially with the pillars here. Like those are just very, very Palm Plaza-esque. You know, that whole vaporwave shit going on. And all the bright colors, the overall 80s to 90s retro feel to it. You know, all that. Like very, very Palm Plaza-esque. Which kind of makes me wonder, did Glitch Productions draw inspiration from Palm Plaza? I imagine they didn't, but if they did, I would be surprised. And there's also light probes, which in a lot of Glitch Productions based worlds is a non-feature because a lot of them are made by either rookie map developers who barely know what they're doing, or or in the rare off chance are made by people who are of a rather young age, and I do not know why my PC is freaking out. Actually, I do. It's my hard drive, but still. And also, there's something wrong with my graphics card too, so that makes it even better. But yeah, most Glitch Productions worlds do not have a full-on light probes, whereas this one does. Making it very unique among them. And once again, adding to the feel of quality surrounding this world, which there definitely is quite a bit of quality. Now, it's not all finished, as you can see. Like, if we go to these doors here, you'll quickly notice that there's nothing behind them. There is none of them have any of the rooms they lead to normally. You know, they're just sticking out of the wall, just sort of hanging on there. Which isn't the highest quality, I will say, but, you know, it's still very early in production maps, so I'm not gonna, you know, harp on them too much. Like, the guy who published this did say it was very early in production, and that there was a lot of things that are not finished yet. So, yeah. But for what they have, really, really good. I really enjoy this quite a bit. Now, if we take a look at the at stage here, you'll notice that that it, you know, carries that same quality feel over. Like, you know, it's very, very faithful to the original set for the most part. I mean, not as HD because Glitch Productions, when they render it, they use a huge render farm or something to render all those. Like, it is not rendered on a single PC over there. And oftentimes when they do render farm renders, it takes a few days to finish up. Use whatever render software they use. I know I use render a lot here, but yeah. So obviously they did have to turn down the poly and aesthetics quite a bit just to get to, you know, fit in any game whatsoever. But, you know, besides that, it still looks really, really good. Like you have, you know, your little rainbows here, you got your stars, you got your potted plants up on pedestals, and of course you also have curtains, which are tied back using golden thread. So again, very, very faithful to the set. And, just very much carrying that general retro vaporwave 90s-esque aesthetic that you can really see all throughout. And yeah, that is the main theme looping in the background. Unfortunately, I cannot play my own music over it, so you're gonna have to just get used to that. And there is no way to turn it off, so yeah. But overall, really faithful little stage here. And definitely one of the high points here of both map and the show. Which, to be honest about the show itself, I have watched it. I have generally, I think it's good. Overall, as far as shows go. Like, it's not too bad. But, you know, there are some things I do not like. Like, you know... Like, for one thing, you know, the way the little outdoor scene in the exit could have been handled is a lot better. It should have been handled a lot better. Especially compared to what they have. Like, they have, you know, repeated rooms, but, you know, just the placement of where the, of where you would expect the desk to be compared to where they actually had it. Like, you know, you would expect it to be in a room that looks more like an apartment or something, but no, they had it in an office. Which, that could totally be just a plot part or something like that, but to be honest, you know, it's very unexpected, and I would have expected something to be, you know, a lot more, you know, to be played a lot more straight. And also, some of the character designs are a little not exactly my cup of tea. Like, I'm not over the moon about Kane's design. I do understand that they were going for the whole surreal-esque vaporwave thing. But, you know, it's still very weird. And a huge departure from your usual Glitch Productions designs as far as characters go. But that's just nitpicking. Overall, the plot was okay. Like, you know, for what was there, it wasn't exactly bad. No, it was quite good, but, again, it did suffer from the whole, you know, issue of, yeah, I'm not exactly sure what to think about it, angle. Just because, again, they did get into, you know, a pretty, repetitive route, I guess you could say. Of just, you know, oh, there's the door, and all that. But overall, I do have a generally positive outlook on it. Like, it is really good, a really good series. And pretty solid as far as I'll say. Right over there, you have the castle, which, really good looking. The castle set is, really like how they used all these little blocks here without being too intensive on your PC or whatever. That must have taken a very long time to get right, is all I'm gonna say. Um, you know, generally I would have just used the texture, but to be honest, nah, this is a bit more fitting to the set, I guess. So yeah, pretty cool. And of course, there's also the little tubes everywhere. Which, to be honest, I do wonder what those tubes are used for. Like, I do know that they are used for transportation, but for transportation of what, is what I wonder. And to be honest, I think we're gonna get an answer. I think we're gonna get... definitely gonna get some kind of a fucking answer for all that in one of the coming episodes. As well as what exactly is on the other levels. Now, unfortunately, neither of these work. Neither of the curtains on our side work. But I will tell them what I will at least tell you what they're for. So this one will leads to all the rooms of the occupants of the circus. And unfortunately, of the cast members, only 6 remain, I believe, or 7 at one point, but Kaufmo went insane and abstracted. Which, yeah, it does get to very surreal, Lovecraftian kind of eldritch horror sometimes. Amazing Digital Circus does, especially with the abstraction shit and, you know, the, and all that. Very, very deep eldritch horror sort of deal going on there. So yeah, Kaufmo abstracted, leaving only about 6 of them still alive, or considered alive, or whatever. Those are Kinger, Ragatha, Jax, the shape dude, I can never remember their name, and I can't remember who else. But Pomni is among them. So yeah, this is where we also discovered that apparently abstraction can be where apparently, yeah, those who come in contact with something that's been abstracted or are attacked by it can also get abstracted themselves, and can also apparently start to decay, or either it's like some kind of a start to decay thing, or they like start kind of falling apart and all that. Yeah, again, very, very bizarre. So yeah, and honestly, if you want a full plot summary, which I'm not gonna give here, like I will explain some parts of the plot that are, you know, relevant, or some parts that cannot be shown on here due to a mix of both copyright and you know, just not being finished at the level. or in this map rather, then yeah, I'll explain them as best I can. But otherwise, yeah, you're gonna have to look elsewhere. And then here we have all the individual doors, which unfortunately, as it's shown earlier, though they are well modeled, they are all just that, just doors sticking out with nothing behind them. And they did make for some great comedy. Like, behind one was an infinite merry-go-round, which I've seen in a Backrooms video before. I love Backrooms, by the way. I love Backrooms creepypasta, you know, that sort of stuff. That's kind of my jam. He'll show you even more that I am still that emo goth kid who loves Cascada, Kingdom Hearts, and who loves you know, Cascada and Kingdom Hearts and all that underneath my layers of hilarity at heart. So yeah. But yeah, even still, despite that, yeah, that was that was pretty funny. Then number 2, the next door was where they opened it and found one of the guys taking a bath, and of course he threw his mask at her upon, you know, freaking out, and she quickly closed the door and it just got stuck in there. And I kind of forget what's behind the third door. And then, of course, you know, the access door comes back and all that jazz and excitement. Just very hilarious sequence. Like, that is one thing I will give to Glitch Productions. They're very good at choreography and, you know, getting things right. Like, Busy Pop and Glitch are kind of exact polar opposites. Like, Glitch Productions' visual style isn't as well developed. And some of their writing is very, but you know, overall combat choreography and just choreography in general, they really excel at. Whereas Vivzy Pop, on the other hand, writing is amazing, mwah. Visuals are amazing, mwah. But choreography, not as much. You know, they're kind of polar opposites in that regard. Which is something I really do like about him. But for now, let's switch gears and talk about the VRChat marketplace, which I think is a really fucking terrible idea. And here's why. So, you see, yesterday, VRChat officially updated their TOS to, you know, try to combat anyone's official concerns about what would happen if they let, you know, the VRChat marketplace just turn to a Wild West where, you know, horrible things could go down, like trade of Rip Davies and all that. And, you know, all the other concerns that big Abby makers and shit had about the entire idea. But here's the thing. Whenever I hear CIG mention try to moderate something, this is just me being, you know, a healthy skeptic and cynical. I immediately start thinking, you know, it's just gonna be the bare minimum all over again. In other words, they'll often say they'll try to moderate things better, but then they'll just, you know, take the lazy way out and not actually follow up on their word. And that's been a problem with VRChat since forever. is a massive team of moderators who are just incompetent. And do not know what they're doing at the time. Just like my PC when it tries to stream literally anything. I need a new computer. I'm getting sick of this. But yeah, so I'm already expecting the bare minimum. And, yeah, it's just not gonna be a very good, feature. Like, things are just gonna fall through the cracks, and my big fear is that it's just gonna become, Rep Restore 2 Electric Boogaloo sort of issue. And, you know, there's just gonna be, ripping and lawlessness all around, and it's just gonna be an entire mess. And, yeah, that's pretty much, what I'm fearing it's gonna turn into. Only now there's money involved, and, that raises the stakes even higher if, you know, copyright infringement on an Avi creator is found. So, yeah. Already, I can tell this is gonna be a recipe for a disaster, and, I'm just gonna sit back and watch the chaos unfold. But as I am getting into Avi development myself pretty soon, with a lot of Scene Core-esque 2000 style Avis, I am gonna, you know, really make sure to, you know, like warn people, hey, if this appears on the VRChat marketplace, report it immediately. You know, and just make sure that, you know, people cannot just, aftermarket trade them as much as they want. Because, you know, I do not want my work stolen. Like, you know, I want people to, legally buy it. I want people to, you know, use it legitimately. Like, it's my hard work, damn it. And what the fuck? I'm not so sure we're supposed to be... Oh! Yeah, I was not so sure we were supposed to be back there. But yeah, I am absolutely against the idea, and I could already tell this is gonna be an absolute disaster piece. Disaster piece being a disaster that is so hilarious or so poetic or so just... It's basically a so bad it's good disaster. Pretty much. Or a so hilarious it's good disaster. Where it just fails in such a hilarious and horrible way. And that's what I'm already expecting this VRChat marketplace is gonna be. It's just a disaster piece of just, you know, everything possible just going wrong, and it's just evolving into just Rip Restore 2.0. But, you know, I'm just gonna wait it out. I'm just gonna wait it out and see how it goes. But, yeah. So, back to the actual digital circus itself. And there are also the upper levels. Unfortunately, nothing was shown of the upper levels, so we don't know what exactly is up there. So, yeah. And then, there's a door to the great outdoors! Which I will admit, the outdoor scenes, for what little we see in them, are pretty good. You know, like, they are not, anything groundbreaking, but they are pretty alright. Now, one thing that I did note is that, Kane did, in the outdoor scenes, Kane did say that he did not fully control anything that was outdoors. So, that does make me wonder, whose jurisdiction is anything outside the circus then? Which I guess is another plot point that will be expanded upon later. But that does make me wonder whose jurisdiction is it. And it's also where we first see in the original series, it's also where we first see the red exit door, which is a whole hell of a lot of mystery in its own. Like, where is the red exit door leading to? Is it leading to some office IRL, or some digital recreation of some office IRL, or what? Where is it leading to? There's a lot of mystery behind it. My personal theory is that it's lead to, like, some kind of a lab, like, of the people who created the Amazing Digital Circus originally. The game inside the TV show, not the TV show. And, that is where, like, they're monitoring everything outside. And as such, sometimes the door appears either so that they can service it from within, or for some other reason. Like, it's, not meant to appear, but just randomly just appears. I don't know. But yeah, those are my two theories. And honestly, that does kinda... And also, I do have theories about Pomni herself. Like, given that her computer is inside the complex, I do wonder if she's, like, a researcher who was either something went horribly wrong outside, and, she had to go in to service everything. Or, given her, unwilling nature, she was either unwillingly tested on, or she was put in there as punishment. Like, she was one of the scientists who had a stroke of conscience and got mind wiped and put in there as a punishment by whoever was doing all this. And personally, in relation, I don't think that Kane is an AI. I think he's like some kind of like, he's a head researcher, he could be an AI. But personally, I sometimes wonder if he's like the head researcher who's coming in and putting them through all this. So yeah, lots of mysteries there to unravel and uncover. But knowing how dark Glitch Productions series can get, as opposed to the works of Toby Fox can actually get pretty dark too. But more as opposed to the works of VisiPop, like Glitch Productions is a lot edgier and a lot darker, with a lot of the shit they put out, which is a thing among not just Australian, but just a lot of more Eastern internet studios in general. Like Russian and Australian especially, they just tend to put out a lot more darker stuff. God damn it, Vixen. Seriously? But yeah, it's just a thing with a lot of Eastern studios in general. Glitch Productions, some Russian YouTubers, that sort of thing. They tend to be a lot darker and edgier compared to their Western counterparts. So I wouldn't be surprised if they did eventually go down the whole, Pomni was put in there as a punishment. Or, Pomni was a researcher who was mind wiped and put in there as punishment, sort of deal. And, they went down that darker route as opposed to the, a lot less, fucked up territory that VivziePop tends to tread on. Which, is also my personal theory. Like, my personal theory is that, that is the case, but, that's beside the point. Why am I dropping frames so much? What is going on with Vixen? And there's a little couch you could have a little gathering in. I'm not sure if this is part of the original set. I'm pretty sure it is, but, And, of course, the little mirror where Pomni first saw her reflection. They, of course, got that too. And right here... And some things I do not get about the Amazing Digital Circus. One big thing is the abstraction thing. Like, I know why it happens, like, they just give up or go insane. But why do some abstract sooner or later, and then others remain sane? Like, that's never exactly explained, especially in regards to how Kinger could stay around for so long and not go insane, and yet, everyone else went insane. Yeah, never quite explained there. Hopefully, we do get more of an explanation on it soon. But for now is, you know, a mystery that is pretty much hidden in there and never really explored as of now. But right up here, we have a little tent where there's a fully working Pro TV 3 video player. Unfortunately, Pro TV 3 is one of the ones that does lag my PC out, so we cannot demonstrate it. Maybe once I have a newer computer coming up, I'll demonstrate it. Just like once I have a newer computer, I'll also play BioShock. I'm a little nervous about installing BioShock on my current machine, given that. My GPU did a funny again. And it's been a while since my GPU did a funny on stream. So yeah, it's just related to my GPU and my hard drive, and it's not actually related to my internet. That's why I'm dropping frames. Okay, thanks for confirming it, Vixen. But yeah, that is a little why I'm not going to be playing BioShock until later. Is because unless there's absolute demand for it, like if there's huge demand for BioShock, I will start playing it as soon as possible. But personally, I do want to hold off, and for good reason. So, you know how my hard drive is really finicky loading up VRChat, and how I sometimes have to shut down the game and start multiple times to actually get everything loaded up properly? Well, I'm especially scared about my about installing BioShock on here because of that. Like, you know, my hard drive already has hard enough time starting VRChat. My PC just hasn't hard enough time running VRChat as it is. So the process of installing BioShock might just fail horribly if I do try it. I mean, it is only 8 gigs, and plus the game is super cheap, and I could easily buy it. But yeah, it does make me any less scared of what may happen. So, yeah. Yeah, needless to say, I am pretty worried about what may happen if I do try to install VRChat and everything. Or rather, if I do try to install BioShock and everything just goes horribly wrong. Like, it could seriously break my PC for good. As such, I am gonna officially hang off of, you know, trying BioShock until I get a new PC. But if you guys do request enough, I will try. At the expense of my PC, potentially. But I will try. You know, it all depends on what you guys think. You know, you could leave me something, you know, tell me if you want BioShock now or later. Because I'm all ears. You know, I've not exactly got anywhere to run or go. You know, I'm all ears. Oh, and there's the hole to where all the others who have abstracted are stored. Yeah, apparently, they cannot just kill or do away with those who have been extracted. They have to store them, which is another very interesting plot point. Why can't they kill them? Why can't they just, you know... Like, you know, that's just very, very ominous. And Vix is just having lots of issues right now. What is going on, Vix? There we go. Now she's stable. But yeah, why can't they just, you know, kill the abstract abominations? Why do they have to keep them? You know, what are they storing them for? You know, that's a very big plot point. That I definitely do wonder. Like, why are they keeping them around? I don't think my graphics card is gonna last much longer. What the fuck? But yeah, why can't they just be killed? Why can't they just, you know, get rid of them? Like, that is the big that's one of the big questions I do have regarding the plot of Amazing Digital Circus. What is Kane storing all the abstracteds for? You know, like, what is his big end plan with them? When you could just, you know, easily get rid of them. I mean, like, there are a lot of crossed-out doors. And of those crossed-out doors, I've only seen, like, in the abstraction hole, I've only seen, like, 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe a fifth in the background. But yeah, I've seen way lower numbers of those who have abstracted in there than the doors would have you believe, which does indicate that, you know, some others have died. Like, there are others who just straight up died in the digital circus. So, you know, the ones who do abstract and don't die, why are they being stored down there? And that, among, like, a lot of other things in the series, is shit we're gonna hopefully find out later. I do say the soundtrack is quite good, though. So at least there's that. But yeah, overall, very typical glitch production style. You know, opening with very sparse information being given. A lot of very, very dark, edgy shit being hidden behind the scenes. Some more out in the open than others. And, you know, just not really explaining a whole lot. Well, it basically starts like, you know, SRW-Z, like Super Robot Wars Z, or, you know, Epic Mickey, or some of those other edgier things, pretty much. This is how I describe it. Oh yeah, and next stream I probably will have the quiche, right? The Pomni Quiche. I probably will have that ready pretty soon. And if you guys do request enough, I will fast track BioShock and try to play that. I get very nervous when it comes to installing new games on this PC because this PC is a rickety old piece of shit that is falling apart. So I get very scared that something's gonna go wrong if I try it. Hopefully everything goes right though. That's all I'm gonna say. I know that a lot more of the stream was discussing the series itself than discussing, you know, the aesthetic and all that and really exploring it. But here's the thing, you know, there's not a whole lot of this map that is complete yet. So, you know, we're gonna pretty much take it from that perspective, more or less. Not really from, you know, the other usual perspective we do. So, yeah, that's pretty much why I did the more Horse Canyon-esque perspective, especially because, again, this is based off of an animated series that, you know, there's not a lot of yet. So, yeah. I do like the pillars, though. You know, like, that is real cool. Da dum da 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 dum dum. Da 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 dee 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 dee. So, what do you think of this world overall? Well, aesthetics-wise, it is very, very good. Like, it's very on point with the animated series and the actual Digital Circus. So no problems there as far as that's concerned. You know, they have the mirror, they have the doors, they have, you know, the exits to both the sleeping areas and the game. And, you know, everything is pretty much, you know, as it should be. And, you know, nicely laid out and all that. Do wish they did add a bit more of what is behind the doors, but I guess that will come in due time. Is all I'm gonna say. Really, really good aesthetically. Optimization-wise, excellent. I mean, I barely have any trouble running this at all. In fact, more or less, I more have trouble streaming it, but that's just due to my PC being old and falling apart. But yeah, overall, just runs very smoothly. Which is something I cannot say for a lot of the Hell of a Boss worlds. Yeah, a lot of the Hell of a Boss worlds are a hell of a pain to run on my PC, but again, I think that's just because my PC is really, really shit. And overall level design, here's the thing with the world design regarding this. They went a lot more for, you know, accuracy to the source material than they did gameplay. And honestly, I like that. Like, it's not the most fleshed out in terms of gameplay. And again, you can't access a whole lot of areas. But overall, still really, really good. And, it is fun to fly about in, especially on stream. And, just a very good atmosphere. Very nice place to hang out with. Or hang out in, rather, I should say. Now, the music, they could have really changed it up a bit. Like, having the Amazing Digital Circus main theme play repeatedly in my ears. It does get really grating on my nerves sometimes. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it does get really annoying after a while. Yeah, but no complaints otherwise. No complaints otherwise. But yeah, it does get pretty annoying. And they didn't include any of the yeah, they didn't include any of the weird bizarro stuff behind the red door or any of that. So, that was another thing that I wish they really did was, include all the weird stuff behind the door. Or just the door itself in general. But I guess that is pretty hard to port to VRChat for now. Or is something that they are working on. But just haven't really fleshed out yet. Like, it is shit they're working on, but just haven't really finished yet. Which is more probable. So, I'm not gonna hold them too heavily to that. But yeah. So what's my overall score? What's my overall, overall thoughts on this map? 9.8 out of 10. Really, really accurate to the source material. Really faithful. Not a whole lot of things going on yet. Like, it's not exactly, a very lively map. Like, there isn't a whole hell of a lot going on. That's interesting. But as more and more episodes of Amazing Digital Circus release, I have no doubt that's gonna change. And also, I really do like the fact that that the Amazing Digital Circus is very reminiscent of Palm Plaza Mall. I think that's very cool too. Again, making me wonder. Did Glitch take some inspirations from what Fallen was doing with some of Palm Plaza Mall and some of the darker aspects there? And, incorporate them into their own series. Maybe, maybe not. Yeah, the jury's still out on that. But it is leaning more to the maybe not series because, but yeah. What am I gonna be doing next time? What am I gonna be doing next stream? Either one of two things. BioShock, if anyone, requested early, which God forbid, or more VRChat. But yeah, those are two potential contenders for what I will be doing next stream. It is either just more of this or BioShock. But anyway, I gotta get going. I can't stay here forever. You pretty much know the drill. So thank you all for watching this wonderful stream. I hope you have a wonderful rest day, night, week, whatever. And I'll see you all on what will be the next stream? Because I might or might, you know what? Maybe Friday, either Friday or Monday, depending if I stream on Friday or not. So yeah, good night, everyone. Stay classy, everyone, and good night. And I'll see you all on either Friday or Monday, depending on if I feel like streaming on Friday or not. So yeah, see you there, everyone. And I'm gonna extend streams slightly just to make sure that Vixen gets all that junk out. Just tough it out, Vixen. There we go. So yeah, for realsies now. See you there, everyone.